This week on Whiskey Pop, we are having a special interview with the actual actor who plays the child from Mandalorian.
We are?
Welcome to Whiskey Pop. I'm Zane.
I'm Jeff.
And if you are new to our channel, please like and subscribe and find out more about us.
Yes, please do, because we would love to visit with you. Leave a comment down below and...
We're hella squanchy.
Squanchy. So, today, what are we talking about?
We're talking about our memory lane of Halloween.
Halloween.
Yes.
I would have to say that's my second favorite holiday.
Yeah, it's hard to nowadays for me to not say it couldn't be a number one.
Yeah, and I know it's funny that Christmas and Halloween tend to butt heads, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have people that are putting up Halloween Christmas trees that stay through all the way through Christmas because of Jack Skellington.
No, that's true.
Nightmare Before Christmas, that whole stuff, everything.
Okay, so before we get started on all great things of Halloween, especially from our 80s growing up, what are we drinking today?
Oh, well, it's a bottle and bond.
Ooh, 100
This
proof.
one is Rittenhouse.
Oh, that's a really rare whiskey.
Now, you told me it was rare.
It's hard to find. When you do find it on the shelf, they limit it.
Are you serious? Because at my special place, hole in the wall, I know that there's like 6 of these.
Well, I would buy one.
Should I?
I would. But you know what? Since neither one of us have had this whiskey, maybe we should try it first.
Let's try it. Wow, that smells good.
Yeah, it's like a little fruity, right?
Yes.
Ah.
I actually smell almost like a vanilla over the tongue.
Ooh, yeah, yeah. I'm picking up a fruit. I'm just not quite sure what it is.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. That's spicy.
Yes.
That is really spicy. Now, not over spicy, but it's really peppery.
Now, wait. I am getting a soured pickle kind of flavor.
Ooh, wow, really?
I think I probably have the Rona. Am I supposed to be getting that? Wait. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wait. I gotta do a second taste. I mean, I'm telling you, it was like a rind kind of a flavor.
Now, you know,
like,
guys, I don't know if you know this, sometimes when you're sitting and having tastings with people, they may say, like, this tastes like pickles. And then all of a sudden you're tasting pickles. I'm really hoping I don't start tasting dill pickles out of this thing.
It's pickles. Bro, that's pickles.
I'm not getting pickles.
Oh, come on. What?
I'm not getting pickles.
Okay.
What else tastes like a pickle?
Nothing else tastes like pickles but pickles. That's what I'm saying. I don't dislike this.
No, it's good. It's a little spicy, especially on the back end, right?
It's got to be pickle spices or something in it.
Maybe they pickled them in barrels.
I hear that.
I know somebody who's pickled right now.
Yeah, stop it. No, I'm not. I am not pickled. So, what are we talking about?
Okay, so today we're talking about all the great things of Halloween growing up, right?
Okay.
So for us, it was the 80s, right?
Of course.
In the 80s, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but in the 80s, our parents used to put us in these plastic trash bags.
Yes.
And these plastic masks that would cut you to death, that you could barely see out of. And they would send us out to go get candy. And they didn't give us these neat little, cute little buckets.
No.
It was a pillowcase.
It was a pillowcase.
A grocery bag.
Yes. I thought it was pretty clever one year when I got to take last year's Halloween full head face mask and get to carry it as my Halloween bag.
How'd you do that?
Well, I stuffed the trash bag down in it. And then walked around like I'm carrying a head.
I gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, some of my memories, I remember my parents wouldn't always buy those plastic little box, costumes, and you'd end up with some kind of made up, oh, you're a Dracula this year, and somehow you're wearing Revlon. How's like, Mom, I don't want to wear your makeup.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, I remember I had an aunt, she saved every plastic costume from every year. She had like 3 kids. So like the kid that's third down the row, he's wearing Raggedy Ann and Andy from the 70s.
Oh my.
In the mid 80s.
So wait a minute, are we having an epiphany moment to where there's clearly something that's happening currently, right now, that's hella better than it was in the 80s?
Maybe. But think about it, costumes now, I mean, the people spend hundreds of dollars on a costume. Yeah, things weren't hundreds of dollars.
Well, when you go into it in today's idea, like people are like, well, cosplay costumes are anywhere from $400 to $800 easy.
5-year-olds don't cosplay.
So I'm getting that. So, we're looking at it like, well, crap, it doesn't cost as much as my Boba Fett outfit.
That's true. But hey, listen, Halloween, right?
Yes.
I mean, we had costumes.
Yes.
And we had...
Christmas and Halloween specials were a big deal.
Halloween specials were a big deal. Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah, around this time is when they would not know what the holiday was.
Yeah.
And you would kind of get them both.
It did seem that way, didn't it?
Yeah.
I always knew that for me, growing up, Halloween meant it's the kickoff for the holiday season.
Yeah, well, it's the beginning of the Halloween season.
So you go trick-or-treating, next thing you know, you're eating a crap load of food, and next thing you know, it's Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think maybe that's why Halloween's such a big deal for people, because they know it kicks off the holiday season.
Yeah.
What was your favorite candy growing up?
That's easy. Mine was the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. We're talking about what we would get in a Halloween bag, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like collecting from trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
If I was able to get like full-size candy bars or the little minis of some kind, that was it.
Yeah, I would have to say I lean toward Reese's Cups too, but I'm also a sour candy guy.
Okay.
So I mean, like bottle caps.
Yeah.
Bottle caps or Smarties or any of those things. I was always excited to get those too.
Yeah, it was like the things that were softer, more squishy kind of stuff is what I like more.
Like gummies?
Like, yeah, even the gummies and stuff because that was still kind of a thing. But those nasty taffy candies.
the black and orange ones, like the peanut butter taffies or whatever.
Now, me and you talked about it. I'm telling you, the ones I had were not peanut butter. I would have liked that.
Yeah, they made a peanut butter one. It usually came in black wrappers or orange wrappers. It was just a peanut butter taffy. Now, I don't know what you were eating.
Yeah.
They were probably like last year's caramels.
15-year-old caramels or something.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But do you remember when people used to put those nasty popcorn balls in?
Did anybody actually eat?
No, my parents threw those out. You know why?
Did you eat popcorn balls?
Did you just ask our audience if they ate balls?
I did. Leave a comment for Jeff in the below.
He asked. Don't answer me.
He's the one that needs to know.
Yeah, I don't need to know. But you know what's funny? I mean, back in the 80s, our parents were always telling us, hey, we got to look at all your candy. Because there may be needles in it.
And
or
razor blades. That's right. Because death comes in the guise of sweets and candy.
Did you ever in your entire life ever see anything like that in one of those?
Okay. I'll be 100% honest. This is a true story. No.
Yeah. I literally think our parents used that excuse to just take our candy from us.
Yeah. Whoever did through it, right?
You ever notice there was less Reese's Pup? You know, you ended up
Wait. Who's been drinking now?
Yeah, I know, right? There was less Reese's in there than there was when you started. On top of that, all that was left was those nasty Tootsie Rolls.
I just had to learn to suck it up and like Tootsie Rolls. Because that seemed to be the majority of what was in there.
I think, you know, if your house got teepeed during Halloween in the 80s, it's because you handed out those damn Tootsie Rolls. You should have known better. You should have invested in some good chocolate and you wouldn't have had to clean up all that toilet paper.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Tootsie Rolls. Who likes Tootsie Rolls? Do you like Tootsie Rolls? So, I mean, yeah. So, you know, Tootsie Rolls ended up in there. Usually just, those are the last thing you eat.
That would be the last thing.
Okay, so what was your favorite costume? Do you remember?
Actually, yeah, I did have one that I'd made. I decided up for myself. I had a half skull, whatever, mask.
Yeah. So like a skeleton.
Yeah, but it was like all kind of halfway and it was all gnarly looking. And I decided that I was going to be like this evil guy.
Skull thing.
Yeah, and I just carried around my Cabbage Patch Kid. Yes, I had one. and would pretend like I was murdering it for trick-or-treating.
Hang on, let's rewind that for a second. Whole thing.
Yeah, and I just carried around my Cabbage Patch Kid. Yes, I had one. And would pretend like I was murdering it for Next on Whiskey Pop, we're going to discuss the crazes of toys that people killed other people trying to get. Starting with little dolls with Xavier Roberts written on their ass.
So, you carried around a Cabbage Patch Kid.
A Cabbage Patch Kid. Yes, imported from Japan because that was the only way that we could get them because they were gone out of the stores. His name was Hugo.
The last episode, we found out Zane had never seen Poltergeist. Today, we find out Zane owned Cabbage Patch Kids. I don't know this guy.
Yeah. Well, all I'm saying is that was like a memorable costume because it was like one of the ones that I got the most reactions.
That's kind of funny, actually. You know, the one I remember the most is the He-Man costume.
Oh my gosh, I would have killed to have that.
Dude, I was this little scrawny little kid, man. I was like, He-Man's got these arms like this, right? I remember being so disappointed when I put it on, like, I look like He-Man. I look like, you know, Prince Adam right in this thing right now. It was bad.
That's funny. But is that your favorite? Is that your
I would say that was one of my favorite. My second one had to be a Spider-Man costume.
Yeah, I had my Spider-Man thermal underoos.
Yep.
I wore that mask, right? The mask that cut the crap out of my eyelids right here.
Yep.
And I wore that one. Actually, I probably played with that more inside the house than I did with anything else.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about that is a few years ago when they did one of the Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
You had a little kid show up at the end. He's wearing pajamas, like Spider-Man pajamas and a plastic mask. I swear I almost teared up. So I'm like, that was me when I was little.
That was you.
That's so freaking awesome. I remember that's the best part of that whole movie.
Yeah. So we've got these ideas of fun things we did. Is anything like that carried over today at all?
I mean, for me, it has. I think as an adult, we tend to want to, you know, scare kids, or we like to, I mean, people cosplay more now, I think, than they ever have.
Sure. Yeah.
I think Halloween had a little bit of impact on that. That or Underoos. We just moved from Underoos to...
Yeah, we gotta just keep rolling with our cosplay here.
I mean, it's like, you cosplay year round.
It makes me wonder as if, because that's how we grew up in that costuming, going and trying to find stuff and everything, if we are just have pushed this idea to where the commercialism is more our fault than anything else.
And maybe, but you know, I've also noticed even like in the neighborhood we live in, I don't see as many trick-or-treaters as I used to. I remember when I was a kid, you live in the neighborhood, every kid was out trick-or-treating. It's rare for me to see trick-or-treaters anymore.
Well, here's how it goes in as far as with my kids, who are basically too old to trick-or-treat, but they still go do it.
They're adults.
What I'm telling you is they know where to go. They go to these special neighborhoods, and then that's where everybody is.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you're right. They're deserting all the other neighborhoods because they're all catching rides to go down to where, you know, the real
stuff is. Well, then you and I both were raised in the country.
Yeah, sure.
So I always had to go to my cousin's house, or my parents would take us to the influential neighborhoods.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we would trick-or-treat in those neighborhoods.
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I remember a year I had 3 paper sack grocery bags full of candy.
Oh, my.
I mean, it was all gone by the following week. But regardless of that, it was some good stuff. But I mean, yeah, so that's what we did. And I mean, and you know, nowadays they have like parties at school and kids wear their costumes at school. We never saw anybody's costume until Halloween night.
Yeah, community centers are doing stuff.
Yeah.
Local churches put on like
trunk or treats.
Trunk or treats.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing. So I mean, I think Halloween has just exploded from what it was in the 80s for sure. And I think it's changed quite a bit. But I think it's lost some of that cool, wholesome, just put a costume on, put a trash bag on.
Put a trash bag
and go out and sweat to death. I mean, that's basically what you did all night.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I got an idea, though.
Okay.
So.
Sometimes your ideas are just scary.
And sometimes they're great. You know, you never know. This one, though, I think we should go find some of our favorite Halloween candy. Or also find some of the worst Halloween candy.
Well, all I gotta say is if it involves getting to drive inside the whiskey bus.
Oh, in the whiskey bus?
I'm game. Because what happens in the whiskey bus
stays
in the
whiskey bus. All right, so hey, let's go get some candy. What do you say?
Let's do it.
We'll see you guys here in just a minute.
See ya.
bag of candy for the world's most hated candy. I mean, what kid liked this crap? Think about it, dude. If you hand out Tootsie Rolls, your house is getting TP.
Yeah, probably.
It's just not right. Reese's peanut butter cups.
I mean, we didn't have Franken cups.
Oh, those are cool. They're green.
But,
I mean, this was the good stuff.
yeah, we wouldn't mess with you if you handed that to us.
I mean, you would get, you know, that's a treat.
Now, of course, there's always the
Yeah, I never ate those.
caramel, but I wanted to make it clear to you why you didn't.
Why?
Tootsie.
Oh,
caramel
see?
apple pop.
It's another of that evil empire food.
Question is, are you a fan of Tootsie Roll Pops?
If so, we'll send you a whole bag of Tootsie Roll Pops this Halloween. Just comment down below. First person who comments, I love Tootsie Roll Pops, you're getting this bag right here. Organic. They're good for you. Oh, hang on. Organic gummy bears.
And candy corn.
Oh, okay. So, organic candy corn. Do you think it tastes better than regular candy corn? Isn't that like one of the most hated foods of Halloween?
They say it, but I can't help to say the truth of it is I really like it.
I like candy corn with peanuts.
Yeah, there's all the
Salt and sweet.
mixes. Yeah, sure.
But I didn't see any candy corn.
So tell me, do you like candy corn?
I don't like candy corn. I just like candy corn. So.
Oh my god.
I got an idea. So, what kind of stuff would you not want to give out to trick-or-treaters this year? Oh no, what would you give out to trick-or-treaters this year?
Yeah.
I just had a brain fart. Where's it at? Ooh.
Hold that thought.
This year for trick-or-treaters, you hand out important stuff for safety, like hand sanitizer and face mask. Every good trick-or-treater will appreciate that this year.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't. If you're that guy, you can go straight to HE double L.
Is this the new Tootsie Roll?
Yeah, that's the new Tootsie Roll.
The Tootsie Roll of 2020. Hand sanitizer. There was a little bit of candy.
Yeah, there's stuff.
But I feel like there's a lot missing.
Yeah, no, there's the selections have just gone to more of the bigger name brand stuff.
Well, I think it has a lot to do probably with this whole pandemic thing too, and probably don't think kids are going to trick or treat this year and that kind of thing.
So they're just not putting as much out?
They're just not putting as much out.
Yeah, that's possible.
It's unfortunate because Halloween's like one of the coolest holidays.
I mean, it's official, and this is probably the first time you've heard it. COVID sucks.
Pretty sure we've all heard the words COVID sucks in 2020.
Yeah.
We need to make t-shirts and say that.
Yeah, I think that'll be the next Whiskey Pop adventure, is making t-shirts.
In the meantime, we'll see you guys next week.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, God.